Welcome to History Clips. I'm Mr. Hummel.
And I'm Mr. Bueller. And on today's episode, what we're going to be talking about is the Mexican-American War of the 1840s.
And this is where America really starts getting involved in international relations and starts to flex its muscles like Mr. Bueller is doing right now.
I'm not flexing, bro.
Go.
On the Mexican side, you have President/General/Dictator for life, Santa Anna.
You don't get it. I built this place. Down here, I make the rules. Down here, I make the threats. Down here, I'm God.
And on the other side of this conflict is U.S. President Polk. He actually offers Mexico $25 million to buy all the land west of Texas, all the way to the Pacific Ocean, north of the Rio Grande. However, Santa Anna refuses, and Polk hints at, well, we could have a war if you don't follow along.
Sell crazy someplace else. We're all stocked up here.
A big issue is there's already some hard feelings between the United States and Mexico. Because a few years back, for those of you that remember the Alamo, Texas had decided to declare independence from Mexico. And they may have gotten some money, troops, and support from the United States government. So there's a lot of animosity, a lot of bad memories about this.
Oh, so we shouldn't say anything bad about Texas. I'm warning you, SpongeBob. Look, Patrick, I'm Texas. Howdy, y'all.
I'm Texas too.
Howdy, y'all.
Get a dog, little Longy. Get a dog.
Howdy, y'all.
Get a dog, little Longy. Get a dog.
Y'all best cut it out. The stars at night are dull and dim whenever they have to be over dumb old stupid Texas. Hey, Patrick, what am I now?
Stupid?
No, I'm Texas.
What's the difference?
However, in the end, Texas will become part of the United States after a brief stint as being an independent nation.
And this adds injury to the insult.
Now, after Texas joins up with the United States, there becomes an argument over what is the national border of the southern part of the United States and the northern part of Mexico. Santa Anna says the Nueces River is the border of Texas and Mexico. However, President Polk says, no, it's the Rio Grande.
And what Polk is going to do is he's going to send General Taylor down towards the Rio Grande to secure the border, as he called it. But a lot of people claim that what he really wanted was to goad Santa Anna into a fight.
And now I'm going to draw this line in the sand. Now, do not dare cross that line, otherwise evil will rain down upon you. Evil! No, look, Judley, you're supposed to take me up on my challenge by showing me how daring you are. Let's try it once again, shall we? I am evil. Now, do not dare cross that line. I am evil. Evil. I am evil. I am evil. What'd you do that for? Because I'm evil. I can't help it. Sorry.
Santa Anna will end up falling for this trap, and he will order his soldiers to fire upon U.S. troops.
And Polk sees the advantage. He says, oh, look, they attacked me in this area that we couldn't agree on. So since they attacked us, let's have a war.
You boys like Mexico?
Now, this war is not an even match. America has a much larger, a much better prepared industrial base to make weapons such as cannons, gunpowder, and rifles.
Santa Anna does not have a weapons facility within his own country, and all of his weapons were actually ordered from Europe, and they were inferior old weaponry. And then since he's ordering from all these different countries, they're all different calibers, so it becomes a logistical nightmare.
was using live ammo.
Well, what have we got? Right, my pretties. Find our enemies and capture their image in your filmy fortress.
I think we ought to just go up there and surrender.
In the U.S. Army, though, there is some fear that possibly other loyalties may trump what their soldiers believe. Because at this time, the U.S. Army had a large population of Irish Catholics fighting for them. If anyone has ever been to Mexico or knows anything of their culture and history, they also have a large percentage of Catholic Christians. And there was a fear that possibly the Mexicans could influence these Irish Catholics to switch over and come to our side to fight the common good for our shared Christian faith.
So listen, I was thinking that it might be a good idea if you and I formed an alliance. Because of the downsizing? I think an alliance might be a good idea. You know, help each other out. Do you want to form an alliance with me?
Absolutely, I do.
Good, good, excellent. Okay, now we need to figure out who's vulnerable and who's protected. And there's one other thing, and this is important. Let's keep this alliance totally a secret.
Whether the Catholic faith had anything to do with troop morale in the U.S. Army really doesn't matter, and no one knows for sure. Because in the end, still, 9,000 U.S. soldiers, or 8% of the total Army size, decides to desert during the war.
Grace, the Queen sent me to bring you back to the Red Keep.
What did my mother say exactly? Did she have urgent business with me?
She did not say, Your Grace.
Sir Boris Samandon, stay with my uncle and represent the king on the field of battle.
An interesting side note, though, most of the deaths that occur in this war are not from enemy gunfire. Rather, they're from quite often unsanitary conditions like spoiled food and water that has disease in it.
Come on.
All right, dear.
This is good. This is much better than what I serve.
That is the water that you serve to your place? It is imperative that you allow me to be your water boy. You don't have to pay me. I will do it for free. Just promise me that you will never distribute the contents of that jug to any human person.
In a number of battles in northern Mexico, what is today the southwestern part of the United States, the United States Army is actually outnumbered, but still wins most of these battles.
Get him! Get him!
And these victories are usually due to the American Army having better quality in their training and more experienced officers as opposed to Santa Anna. Guys like Grant, Lee, McClellan, Jackson, who are going to show up again in the Civil War, these are whiz kids. They know the trade of war and they know it very well. Santa Anna, on the other hand, he would usually promote officers based on how loyal they were to him. And if you're smart, but you disagree with him on some things, you're not moving forward.
Yeah, he was hanging up his gold record. Oh my God, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
General Taylor wins many of these American victories in the north. General Scott also makes plans on invading Mexico from the south, and he builds an armada with U.S. troops on ships and invades through Veracruz, which is the Yucatan Peninsula of Mexico. Santa Anna does not think that he can march across Mexico as quick as he can. Scott abandons his supply lines and heads right for Mexico City.
setback, the Mexican army still tries to make a valiant defense to hold and protect Mexico City. But in the end, the writing's on the wall. They've been outmaneuvered and outfought by the Americans, and they're forced to surrender.
Now.
Cavalry! Charge!
Santa Anna will also surrender, and under the surrender agreements, he has to give up California, Arizona, New Mexico, parts of Nevada and Utah, Colorado, and Wyoming.
And these states are known for their great beauty and endless deserts and lack of water.
Well, there's got to be a phone or a gas station around here somewhere, honey.
Well, all right, but if you're not back in an hour...
I'll be fine. You'll be fine. I'm sure this sort of thing happens all the time. A patrol car will be by any minute.
Over the river and through the woods to grandmother's house we go.
Ho!
I love a parade. The trampling of feet, the love every beat I hear of a drum. I love a parade. I hear a band, I just want to stand until they come. Taxi! 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 Dead. I'm dead. Taxi! Here, boy. The heat. I'm dying. I'm dead. I'm finished.
Mommy?
Even though we win these victories, it's still really not a spoil of war.
The U.S. in the end is still going to pay Santa Anna about $15 million for control of these territories. But it's not a bribe.
You could let me go, and I'll give you $10 million each. It's not a bribe.
Of course it's a bribe. You're offering to pay us money to not do our job.
Not a bribe.